Okay, it is writing retreat day. I am just double checking all of my stuff that I have packed and making sure that all of it is ready to go. I have my book bag with most of my technology stuff and anything I want on the plane to be accessible. I have my carry-on, my little like sweater thing, my water bottle, my phone, and I just need to tuck some more socks. I'm so excited. Everything in the car. Okay, I just said goodbye to the kiddos. Sorry, the air is blowing really loud, but I said goodbye to the kiddos. I'm gonna miss them so much, but it is time to go to the airport. Good morning. It is Friday morning. It's like 8:30. I don't know, but I didn't end up vlogging much yesterday once I kind of got on the flight and ended up getting here, but I wanted to give a sort of update, and then I wanted to actually kick this vlog into, get it started. But I don't know. I ended up having a really bad migraine the morning that I was leaving. So I just wasn't really feeling like vlogging very much, but we got to Nashville. We ended up having lunch at this fun little country grill, which was cool. And then we got to the Airbnb, which I did film a little this is what it looks like. But we're here. I'm here with Gwen and Charlotte, and we're all very excited. We ordered dinner from this really cool place. I tried, what's it called? Swamp chicken, aka alligator or whatever. It was kind of weird, very chewy, but kind of chickeny. You got fast food chicken, that's maybe what it would taste like, but yeah, so we did that, and then we did the craft book workshop, and I was kind of expecting this, but Story Genius blew their minds. I was talking them through some of the big points that they have there about how you build up all your origin scenes and your crossroad moments to really create this really, really strong misbelief that kind of is what pulls them into the actual plot and everything. And then the concept of the ticks, of ticking into that catalyst that's actually going to force them to leave their comfort zone, and how those ticks have been steadily building up pressure until they're poof. So I think they're thinking about doing some re-outlining and replotting to kind of incorporate some of that, and incorporate some of we went over a lot of what's it called? We went over a lot of Save the Cat, and Gwen was teaching us about this little one page plotting book or something. I don't know, but it's you take one piece of paper, you write different pieces of it, and you fold it one sheet of paper up into this little cute mini book, and that's your outline. And it's a really good outline for pantsers because it's a little bit more vague, but gets the more focused bits in. I don't know. It was really cool. So we had fun doing that, and then we did some writing before that and after that, and I wrote 2 scenes. One was a brand new scene, and one was a rewrite of an old scene. And I think I got almost 4,000 words in during the day between the airport and being here. So that was really nice. But yeah, I'm gonna go inside and get some coffee and actually introduce you to everyone. But I've learned I'm very awkward filming around other people, which I should have known, because my husband doesn't want to be in my videos, but I also don't want him watching me film because it's really awkward. So I stood there yesterday evening with my camera out. It was just standing there how do I start this? I'm so awkward, you guys. You don't even know. I feel when I'm by myself, I'm less awkward, but I'm so awkward. So but it looks
so into it. Okay, and we're just like working on whatever this morning, right? Mm-hmm. Until like lunchish time?
Yeah.
Or until we feel the need to workshop. Okay. Hello, I have finished another few scenes. It's going really well. I can kind of steal a lot of what I had in there before because I didn't completely re-outline everything. Like, I kept some of the structure, so while maybe the things that are happening in the scenes are different, like, there's still a lot that's the same. So that's been really fun, but I think we have maybe another hour before we break for lunch, and we don't have good enough Wi-Fi here to do the master classes, which we wanted to do. We really wanted to go back and watch N.K. Jemison's ones on world building because they're really good. But we're just going to do more workshopping. We all sort of realized that there's a lot of little issues with our outlines that we kind of wanted to go over. So one of my POV characters I still don't think is as integral. She's kind of a plot device right now, which kind of sucks. So I'm going to chat about that a little bit during one of our little workshopping periods. And then I might go over the outline for my next project the next time we do it. I don't know, but we're getting stuff done. We're just still slowly waking up, having lots of coffee. I'm now in love with French press coffee. It's so good. One of the, Charlotte was sharing about how it works and like the oils in it and all this stuff. And we're all like, ooh. So now I have to find a way to break the news to my husband that I need a French press coffee machine. Yeah. Well, I'm going to try and get through another maybe half a chapter before we break for lunchish time, but we'll see. Hello, so it is Friday evening. We all just finished eating dinner. It's been a pretty productive day. I think I'm at the point where I'm 4 chapters in now. And then we spent most of this afternoon doing like workshopping on our plots and outlines. So we kind of went through all of our plots and what our questions were and kind of gave each other feedback on ways to improve it and make things better. And that was really good. I had this whole conversation about one of my POV characters and whether or not she was useful, and they kind of agreed that like her story's really fun, so I should try to keep it in, but they gave me some ideas on how to tie everything in to make it a lot more important. So I have that going on now that I need to kind of add back into the outline, but it's not going to involve like a rewrite or anything. It's just like adding a couple of details to her plot and kind of tying it in a little bit more, because hers was probably the most vague in the outline compared to the other ones, so it'll be fine. But it's been really nice. It's been a really nice day. I gotten a lot done, and it's just so weird to spend this much uninterrupted time just like working on writing stuff, and it's really nice. I will say that I think having scheduled things to kind of break the day up is helpful so you don't get like burnt out. And like I think my wrist was starting to hurt after this whole morning writing, and I was just like, whoa, I could use a break, but I'm feeling like ready to go. I'm hoping I can get a lot more done tonight, and I don't know. I'm just having a really good time, so we'll see how much more I get done. I'll check back in later. Good morning! It is Saturday, which means this weekend is more than halfway over. Well, the writing retreat is, because we're leaving very early in the morning. But we've gotten a lot done, and I'm very happy. Let me see if one of these seats is dry so I can sit on it real quick. Pop a squat right here. Yeah, it's been a really, really good weekend so far. So I can't remember when I last updated, but basically after we did our workshop, we dove back into writing. We had like leftovers for dinner, and then we wrote in the evening. I think we all kind of tired out around 10 p.m. because like it had been a long day, and going over the outlining stuff was like a lot. So we were doing that, and then let's see, I think my total word count for the day, and again, keep in mind that for some of these chapters, I got to pull the old words and just rewrite them. So it wasn't all brand new words. A lot of it was like tweaked and stuff, but it was at 14,000 words, and I'm 6 chapters in. When I gave up at around 10 and was like, I need to like, I was still feeling like I could keep going, but I was worried if I kept going too long, I would sort of burn out. So I stopped then and started reading a little bit, and yeah, it's a good book. I started reading For the Throne by Hannah Witten, which is the second book to For the Wolf, which I actually did a review of the world building on this channel because it's really fun. And I have the physical copy at home, but did that stop me from starting to read the Kindle version? No, it did not. No one is surprised. But yeah, so I read a little bit of that, and now it's the next morning. We haven't gotten to anything yet. The French press coffee is still brewing, which I've already bought a French press. They're not actually that expensive, but I have already purchased one, and I'm very excited. But yeah, I'm really happy. I'm enjoying this weekend. It's so relaxing. It's so nice to get to do what I want. It's so nice to be able to talk about my story. And the other thing is, doing something like this where we have this much time and we can devote, like, I think we spent maybe 5 hours going through our outlines with each other and talking about our plots and ways that we can improve the arcs and whatever. We all know each other's stories really well now. Before, we could never really ask super good questions with each other because you would need all this background information of the story to understand and really be able to ask questions about, like, do you think I should do this or do this? Like, it would require hours of, like, preamble, but we've done that now, so we can ask each other more questions today really quickly, like, hey, I'm thinking of changing this. Do you think that's better? Or, like, later on in our Discord, we can just, like, chat with each other about it, and we already have all the background information, which is going to be epic. So I'm very excited about that. I don't know if we would have really ever gotten time to do that. Like, it would have had to be, like, Zoom calls, and we would have probably had to do 1 Zoom call per story. It would have been a lot to try and, like, get on top of each other's stories like that, not in person at a writing retreat when you have all weekend, especially when we're all really, really busy. So, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm excited. I think it's great. We can go in and check in with everyone. I cannot express to you how awkward I am. You'll just have to take my word for it. Let's see here. I am on chapter 8. I have a second cup of coffee. I'm in my flannel nightgown. Pride and Prejudice is almost halfway done downloading. And we are set for success. Hello, it is 4 o'clock here, and we are kind of taking a break now for dinner because we're all very hungry. We ordered Italian. I have meatballs. We're getting set up now to watch Pride and Prejudice, which is, going to be amazing. I'm wearing my appropriate, amazing flannel nightgown, as I should be. And I've gotten so much done today. I am almost 11,000 words in today already, keeping in mind again, a lot of that is in some form pulled from my old draft, but I'm through chapter 10, which is exciting, and after this movie, we're gonna work more, so I'm just so happy. I'm very happy. I'm almost into Act 2, actually, which is pretty brilliant, but yeah, we're gonna watch the movie, and I'll check in later, and we'll see how much I can actually get done this whole weekend.
know my nephew?
Yes, Mom. I had the pleasure of meeting your nephew in Hertfordshire.
Pride and Prejudice is the best thing ever. Best movie ever. It always leaves me feeling really inspired. But, it's... time is it actually? It's almost 8 now. We've been done with the movie for a couple hours, writing again. How far in am I? Let me look. Hold on. Let's see. I'm on chapter 13 now. Chapter 13. I am at 16,000 words for the day, which is pretty great. I did the last 2 chapters were pretty heavily copied from the old version, but I'm making a lot of progress. I think less than 50 chapters overall, so I'm not halfway yet, but I'm getting close to a third of the way, which is pretty cool. Probably more than a quarter of the way in, which is pretty epic for a single weekend of progress. Like, you can't ask for much more than that, and I still have a little bit of time to go. I'm not burnt out yet, but my wrist is starting to hurt a little bit. Like, when I type at the wrong angle, like, it kind of hurts. I need my wrist to be angled out more. I have a new keyboard at home that when I film my, like, writing desk renovation setup, whatever, tomorrow or whenever I do it, I'll kind of get that out for the first time, but that should really help with my wrists for these long writing sessions. Like, I'm using an ergonomic keyboard, but it's just, like, not quite enough, but that's okay. It's fine. I'm gonna do what I can. I'm not gonna hurt myself, and if I have to stop, like, I was kind of hoping to just go until, like, 3 in the morning, but I don't know. I've gotten enough done. I don't need to kill myself over this. Like, if I stop at a decent hour and decide to read a little bit to give my arm a break, I can always write more tomorrow. This is not my last chance to write ever, but yes. I will try to check back in before I go to bed. I probably won't have time to check in the morning because we're leaving really early. I think we're going to try to be at the airport by like 5:30. My flight's at 7:20. I think that's about right. So that's the plan, and I'm going to be heading home. I'm very excited to see my kids. Apparently my little daughter has missed me greatly, and her molars are coming in, so she's a sad panda and wants her mommy, and I want to hold her. So I'm excited to go home, but I've been having a lot of fun. So, yeah. My car at the airport, done flying. That was exhausting. I always forget how tiring it is to fly, just dragging everything across the airport. I get horribly nauseous. It's a thing, but I am so excited to go home and see my kids. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll film a wrap up for this, but get the final word count, all that. So I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, so now that I'm back, I wanted to copy my Scrivener files over to my desktop, and I wanted to double check what my word count was. I got through 12 chapters during the writing retreat between, I guess, when I was at the airport until Saturday night when I left. And again, probably a decent number of these chapters were a good amount copied from old drafts. There's a good number that were fresh. But my total word count for the weekend, or the writing retreat, was 31,000 words. Which is pretty epic, so I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, if you have the opportunity to go on a writing retreat, even if it's just at home or someplace nearby or just something like that, I highly encourage it. I think whether or not you do it by yourself or with friends kind of depends on what kind of writing friends that you have. All of my writing buddies that I went with, we've done Zoom calls before where we just sit there and write with each other for hours on end. So, like, you could definitely do a virtual multi-people writing retreat, but we kind of already knew that we worked well together, and, you know, we were pretty good friends as well, so it worked out great. I had a blast. it's definitely something that we're thinking we're going to do again. There's a few things that we kind of learned, a lot of it just based off like what kind of setups we actually need, and we need 2 loaves of bread and not just 1. Little stuff like that, but all in all, I'd say it was extremely successful, and I don't know, I highly recommend it. But I'm gonna get back to writing, and I'll see you in the next one.